Patrick McManus, a candidate for a 3-year term for the Bayonne Board of Education, spoke with Hudson County View on his candidacy. McManus is an emergency medical technician for McCabe Ambulance to the City of Bayonne and the City of Hoboken. He first told Hudson County View what his initiatives would be if he was elected.
The voters deserve a truthful, honest person in those seats. I don't know what the books look like. I don't know what disarray, how much of a disarray, more than what they tell us at those meetings, and a two-paper agenda where the wall is wallpapered with the rest of the agenda, and by the time they pass one point of the agenda, you got to run to the other side of the board and go, okay, this is what they're talking about. So I can't sit here and say that I'm going to change the world as soon as I hit the seat. I think the people deserve a more honest candidate or a more honest trustee in that seat. One of the first things I would look at and try to work on is the teacher's contract. Like I said in the forum, I think there's going to be a separation of that bond between teacher and student because they're all leaving, or a lot of them are leaving, and that's something I missed when I was in school, those bonds that you create. So that would be one of the things I would work on. Another thing is the full-day pre-K. I think a town deserves a full-day pre-K. Also fighting for funding. I would ask for help from the townspeople for things like that. I wonder how many people would come out if I organized a rally to show the people of Trenton, show the lawmakers in Trenton that this town is serious about its funding.
We also asked McManus his thoughts on the alleged $11.8 million that the Bayonne Board of Education owes back to the city.
This $11.8 million that sum was borrowed from the city and what's left over is owed back to the city. That just has question marks in the air. We saw one article back in February. We don't know. That's another thing about transparency. We don't know what went on after that article, but definitely it's money that's missing, that if the town was able to give it to the city or borrow it to the city, what more could they borrow, or what more can the Board of Education find to give to the teachers?
McManus also told Hudson County View that he would like to see an emphasis on vocational studies.
Well, I'd like to see emphasis on the vocational side of things, not just on the Arts Academy. I think it needs more of a broad spectrum. I think we need to, for lack of a better term, just spread the sauce around the pizza. Bayonne is very famous for its pizza. Everybody I tell, you're from Bayonne, oh, that's the great pizza. So let's spread it around. Let's find out where we can put money in each area for each program.
Hudson County View also asked his thoughts on Mayor Davis endorsing Dennis Wilbeck, another candidate for the Bayonne Board of Education.
So I think they probably should have just let well enough alone and let the people have a choice without any interference. It costs money to run a race, and endorsements do help with that. So I'm sad to see that happened, and I hope the people just, again, come out as a community, as we did last year when we voted for candidates for our school board to be elected, and they come out again and show them, we're going to make our own choice.
As for Park and Common Core, he believes it was just a bad idea.
I think if a lot of people are against something like that, it shouldn't even be in the equation. It was a bad idea to begin with, and the result is you got some people who took it and you got some people who didn't. So we don't know what those results, I think, should be thrown out the window, and we should just go back to what we were doing.
McManus also told Hudson County View that the biggest change he would like to see is more community involvement with the Bayonne Board of Education.
Show them down in Trenton that we mean business. That's the changes I would make. Get the city get the community more involved, and get our teachers and our students more involved. I go to a lot of other cities or a lot of other townships, and I see a lot of the community get together, whether it be for just a football game or to protest something in their town. I'd like to see that again in Bayonne. I'd like to see more of our board meetings be in the auditorium and not in the Board of Education room. Let's fill the auditorium. Let's get everybody involved.
Hudson County View, the eye of the community.